On that note too, as far as a wait list, it sounds like you're not a supply constraint for coaches early on. So how did you kind
Now,
of generate that interest, with the coaches and able to have like the top 20, we could say, or at least some of the top coaches in the world on your platform?
yeah, it sucked. Like early on, it sucked. Like we were reaching out to people and they were just like, "Yeah, who are you? What is Metafy? Looks like Meatify. Is that what this is? Is it a meat company?" Like, it was just a nightmare early on of like nobody trusting us. Um, and a big part of that is that gaming is it's rife with scams. I mean, it's such a huge place that like there's so many people that are trying to take advantage of you, especially when you're something of a celebrity in that space. So it was very difficult for us early on. Um, Publicly, I'll pretend like it wasn't, but it was hell. There was like a couple of months where I was just like, "Is this even going to work?" But really shifted for us, and the approach that we ended up really leaning into was this approach of let's get an anchor in every game. And that anchor is somebody that the community respects and somebody that we can lean to and say, hey, who is reputable and who is respected in this game, and not just the kid on the street who says he's pretty good. And with some Super Smash Brothers, that was our first anchor there was Jason Zimmerman, Mewtwo King. He is incredibly well respected. He has the Guinness record for like the most esports wins in any game. So he's also known outside of that game. And for him, it was mostly like it was actually an accident, if I'm being honest. So Mela on our team sent an email out to him, and I told her like, "Hey, don't email the big guys yet because we're not ready for them. We don't have the product in place for them." And she didn't know who he was and sent the email. And then he replied, and I was like, "Who did it? Who emailed him?" And I panicked, like what the hell? And then he's like, "I've actually been thinking about coaching. This sounds interesting. Let's hop on a call." And he loved it. He loved what we were building, and he started using it. And then he was very vocal about it. And I think that's the thing that most people in startups don't want to admit is that sometimes you get really lucky. And in that case, we got really lucky. And like in card games, when you get luck, you got to kind of lean into that, right? You got to play off of it. And when you don't got the luck, you try to mitigate it as much as you can. But in that case, we got lucky, and that was our angle. So we used Jason as a champion for us. We made him a brand ambassador. We gave him a small piece of equity, and we said, hey, like help us, help us build this, be a part of this. And that was incredible. That was incredible for us. And that has led to us bringing more and more big names on. And now it's easy. Now the supply is easy. We're at that point where I can pretend like this was all planned. And that's nice.